Happy Tasty Tuesday, everyone. We're doing something a little bit different since everything in the world is a little bit different right now. I am smoking something here. It is the H. Upmann Hispaniola by Jose Mendez. This is something we feature. I'm going to talk a little bit about this, but we're also going to be talking a little bit more about some other things. And I have a special guest for this Tasty Tuesday, something a little bit different. And it is someone that is helping us out and helping you guys out with a special for the stay-at-home order here in Ohio. We're doing deliveries only right now and shipments only right now to all of you. And just contact us at eastontinderbox@gmail.com or through the Facebook page. Any way you get a hold of us is the best way, and we will answer any questions. But I have a special guest with us right now. Go ahead and share this if you guys want to as well. We're not going to be on too long, but I wanted to involve everyone here today on this special edition of Tasty Tuesday. Got Josh Altadis Bentley, excuse me, according to his tag there. How you doing, Josh?
Good, Steve. How are you?
I'm good. It's things are a little different right now. But that doesn't mean we have to stop.
Crazy times.
It's crazy times indeed. It doesn't mean we have to stop enjoying ourselves, though, in my opinion, for the most part.
That's for sure. Absolutely.
So we've got.
So what are you smoking, Steve?
I'm smoking the Jose Mendez here. It's the see if I can get it on camera here.
One of my favorites.
H. Upmann. Yep. I know it is.
Yep.
Hispaniola here with the red label, which was something that we were going to feature at the Smoking 10 event. And for those that did get their cigars, we do still have some people that have not gotten their cigars yet. And we do have them if you guys want us to ship them out to you.
Very nice.
I'm smoking that.
Very
but
nice.
I want to talk about something else here. Not only that cigar, but I want to go over that one as well. But I have a special bag here that's also part of Tasty Tuesday. So today we are going to, and going forward, and as long as supplies last, and I'll let you guys know, but at least through the end of this week, we'll be shipping these out. But I've got some goodies here. I'm not really good on this camera. I'm better at the selfie thing, believe it or not. But I've got some goodies. There's 3. There's 4. And there's 5. So we can go over these, but this is a 20% off. So this is something that we're going to call the Altadis Stay-at-Home Special. And this is something where we've got these cigars that are coming across the bottom there. But let's start with the Upmann Hispaniola here. And tell me a little bit about that. That is part of it. There's 3 in this series, right? You have the Nicaragua, which is the blue label, right? And then you have the yellow label. Is that right?
With the Maestros, Connecticut.
Yep, the Connecticut.
Yep.
And then you have this Hispaniola here right there with the red label.
Yep. Yeah, that's correct. So the collaboration series in H. Upmann. So this one rounded it out. The red Hispaniola, named after the island of Hispaniola, paying tribute, which is the Dominican Republic and Haiti. And why is because of the ancient form of fermentation that the process went through that I've talked about so many times. One of my favorite cigars, but why it's important and why it is a distinct cigar, why it is a different cigar than many cigars out there on the market is because of that fermentation process called the andullo. Where they're taking the tobacco and instead of putting it into the pilons and rotating it in the pilons, they take it and wrap it in palm leaf. Take a rope, wrap 2 ropes around, and roll. So when they're starting, let me see if I can get into the camera. You know, you're talking about probably a foot and a half, maybe in diameter. And then when they're rolling it, you know, it's getting down to almost a large sausage or bologna, if you will, size. They're unwrapping it, letting the tobacco breathe a little bit, and then rewrapping it up. And so what that's doing is that is heating up the tobacco really quickly, getting it very moist, and creates a very aromatic and a little bit stronger tobacco. And so then that tobacco is used there in the filler, creating a very distinct smoke. I say it's a very like a warm spice that you don't get a lot, like a nutmeg or a cinnamon almost. Very enjoyable as far as my palate goes.
I know you love this cigar, and it's funny because when I told you I was smoking it, you're like, "Oh man, I ran out. I smoked all mine." So that gives you enough, I guess, credibility there as far as the special that we included one that is one of Josh's go-tos right now, as long as he has some. So definitely check that one out. I wanted to also kind of show what else we've got on this special. So this one's on your right when you're looking at the screen. And then we've got a classic right next to it, which is the Monte Cristo White Series. That is I would say, consistently a top seller for our shop.
Absolutely, yeah. Number one, one of our number one selling, and as a matter of fact, right now, it's what I'm going to in the number 3 size.
That's what you're
So
smoking
real
right now?
quick to just kind of, that's what I'm smoking right now. Creamy, a little bit woody. It has that Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper on it. It has a Dominican and Nicaraguan filler.
Yeah.
And I believe the binder on it is Dominican. I wanted
Oh, the
to
white, I
check,
thought
fact check
Ecuadorian, right?
myself.
Ecuadorian, Connecticut.
The wrapper is Ecuadorian Connecticut.
Right.
The binder is Nicaraguan,
Nicaraguan,
and then the filler is a Nicaraguan and Dominican flow. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's always
Yep.
the top seller. I don't care which Monte Cristos are on our shelf. That's the one that always goes.
Yep.
So next to that, we have the Herman's batch. That is going to be this guy here. Right, right, that guy right there. And that is one that we featured, I know, on the podcast at some point. But tell me about that one, if you could. That one's going to be, that's been very popular. This is actually a Lonsdale. Everything else in the sampler is going to be Toro size, but this is a Lonsdale here.
Lonsdale, man. Oh, what a great smoke. I mean, the size, that Vitola in that particular brand. So a new brand. It's part of the Founder Series, paying tribute to Herman Upman, who was a German banker, came over to Cuba from Germany with his brother and started the H. Upman Bank. And so this is paying tribute to him. Again, like I said, it's one of our newest releases. It is a Ecuadorian Habano wrapper on it. Very flavorful. It's a rich wrapper, a little bit more of an oily wrapper, and I would classify it as a medium. I say it's a really great anytime smoke. One of your guys' regulars there at the Tinderbox, Steve, loves that cigar, and he's a full-bodied smoker. And correct me if I'm wrong, if you know who I'm talking about. He always he goes to more of the Oliva V. He says the LFDs. He's going to the double Lajeros, and you guys got him on that Herman's batch, and he said, "Josh, this is such a great anytime smoke in the morning with coffee." He said, but it's so versatile. He said, I can eat a steak, and after my steak, I smoke a Herman's batch, and it hits the spot.
It's just got such great flavor. It's got a lot of it. It's got a lot of flavor.
Absolutely.
I think it smokes, like to your point, it smokes medium strength, but it's definitely got a lot of flavor. So I think for some, depending on what you ate that day, what were you drinking, whatever it might be, you might think it's deceivingly full. But I agree with you. I think it's more in that medium, maybe medium plus as far as strength goes. But it's a great cigar, and it's flying off the shelf. What else do we have? We have
that was an Ecuadorian. That was an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Steve. It has a Dominican binder, and then a Dominican and Nicaraguan filler in that.
And that is a newer cigar. So that's a start of a new series, which I'm looking forward to trying some more of those. But next to that, we have the Monte Cristo Nicaragua series. We've had that for a while. That's an AJ Fernandez blend. That's also a Toro size. It's in the sampler for 20% off. And that is another good, in my opinion, medium-bodied cigar, but not quite as, it wouldn't be deceivingly full like the Herman's batch.
No. I'd say for any seasoned smoker, it's a solid medium. AJ Fernandez did a phenomenal job. Rafael Nadal and him blending this cigar, but it's part of our core portfolio in the Monte Cristo, so it has a lot to live up to, and it did just that, and it got the number 10 cigar of the year last year in 2018 in Cigar Aficionado's
Nicaragua series?
top 25.
That guy?
Yeah, the Nicaraguan series. Yep, number 10.
It's a good smoke, man. It's all
Yep.
Nicaraguan tobacco. You can't go wrong with all Nicaraguan, in my
It did,
opinion, anymore. And yes, I am having a whiskey as we talk about this on a Tasty Tuesday, which I don't normally do at the shop in the morning. So again, you've got to find your wins with all the things we're changing these days. So cheers.
Cheers.
You
Wish
can't
I
have
could
it. You're,
join you.
yeah, you're in the car. You're not. That's a bad look. That's a bad look. Oh, there you go. A little
Got my
cold brew
cold
action.
brew.
All right. So
That's right.
last but certainly not least, we have included the Aging Room Nicaragua on your far left of that picture
Number
there.
one
So
cigar.
number one cigar of the year in Cigar Aficionado. It's the reigning champ. I like this cigar a lot. That's this guy right here. This one was highly sought after right after that rating, as one would imagine, right? I mean, that's a natural thing. But tell me a little bit about that. That's also an AJ blend with Rafael. Is that correct?
That is, yeah. Rafael, AJ Fernandez blended that. Part of the Quattro series. It was the newest in the Quattro series, the Nicaraguan. Phenomenal tobaccos from Esteli, Condega, and Jalapa Valley. I would classify it as full-bodied. I think it depends on what you've eaten that day. And why I classified as full bodied was probably because my first experience, I was down at our office, and I was actually sitting in Raphael's office when I lit up the first one, and it was shortly before lunch. And I wish I would have waited until after lunch to light it up. I probably would have enjoyed it a little bit more. But definitely. If you have not tried it, such an awesome way for you putting together this package, Steve, for you to try the number one cigar of the year in that blend.
Well, this is something that you and I talked about. I talked with Brian Joyce, the owner of Tinderbox, who he and I are basically working some odd hours right now, but we're going to the post office every day this week. We're trying to, I guess, I don't want to call it scraping by, but we're trying to get cigars to people that want cigars that are either new to the shop, or they're trying to support, the local brick and mortars during all these stay-at-home orders. We still don't know how long it's going to go. Right now, we're planning on opening up on April 7th, and I think this is something that we might want to carry into that first full week. But if not, maybe we'll come up with something different. Maybe we'll just roll this through the next week. Whatever you guys think out there. But this is a new kind of Tasty Tuesday under the circumstances. And I had Matt, he's asking on the feed, do we ship to Maryland? And absolutely. So whether or not you're a local customer, we're going to the post office every day. So if you guys want us to ship this sampler to you, this is a killer sampler. It's some of the top cigars from Altadis, in my opinion, right now. You're working with all different blenders. You got a classic in there with the white series. And you got the cigar of the year this year from Cigar Aficionado, the Aging Room Nicaragua. You've got the Monte Cristo Nicaragua, which is highly rated as well. The Herman's batch, I believe, will be highly rated if it hasn't been already for other publications. It is something that I think, I don't know, how did the Herman's batch get received as far as that goes with you, Josh? Did that get picked up by a lot? Or is that kind of a sleeper going into this year?
It is not a sleeper by any means. I think that it definitely got its legs.
Yeah.
I think in the marketplace, it definitely has its niche markets. But everyone who got the opportunity to try one was very pleased,
Yeah.
and that they brought it on, and that it is selling.
Well, that's good to hear because it's been a hit at our shop here. So, Josh, I don't want to take up a whole lot more of your time. I mean, if anyone's got any questions out there, we got some people listening. What's your favorite out of this entire? I think I know the answer to this, but out of this entire sampler here, if you had to pick one to smoke during your stay-at-home order here in the state of Ohio, which one would that be in this beautiful sampler? Again, 20% off. So that means, just so you guys know, this is going to retail normally at $60. So for the 5 of these cigars, you're going to be at $60. We've got a high average price on these, but we are going to do a little over 20% off. I'm calling it 20% off, but it's going to be $45 for these 5 cigars plus tax plus shipping. So we can't eat the shipping. We're not Amazon.
Wow.
You didn't pay a annual fee for Amazon Prime, so you're going to get the Brian and Steve Prime, which is going to be starting at $8 shipping, just because we're going to get that to anywhere in the state, or if we're shipping to Maryland, we're going to work with you guys on shipping. We're trying to keep it low as far as the shipping goes, but we're going to be throwing water pillows in the bag and everything. We've got some secure Ziplocs, and we've got boxes, bubble wrap, everything. We've had great luck this week, really shipping out a lot more than we normally do. But again, $60 value, and it's going to be $45. And you can just email us at eastontinderbox@gmail.com, or you can contact us through the Facebook page. You can get a hold of me if you know me or Brian. We'll get it all together. It's nice to have it a little bit centralized through the email, so we can get a paper trail. And then we're just processing payment as we can with you guys. You can use credit card or Venmo. If you guys are local, we can do a cash sale. Whatever you guys want to do, we're going to work with you the best we can. But Josh, that question about which is your go-to right now, if you're going to have one cigar out of this sampler for the next week during the stay-at-home order, which one are you picking?
Well, first of all, I mean, what a way to support local business. I mean, it's great of you guys. I really appreciate you guys, supporting me, supporting Altadis. So thank you, Steve, for for doing this in any way that I can support you guys. I've always been there for you guys and always want to be. So I appreciate that. Getting down to the nitty gritty, I'm going with the tried and true, my H. Upmann Espanol.
I knew it.
The cigar that you're smoking.
I knew it.
Oh man, there's not a bad cigar in here, guys, and for the price point, I mean, oh my gosh, that's unbelievable. I said, wow. I mean, that is such an incredible price point, and you get the #1 cigar of the year in there. That blend, I mean, you can't go wrong in any of them. You got it across all your spectrum. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with the H. Upmann Espanol. The flavor profile, the versatility of it, that it goes with a great steak. And then I'm a big Thai fan. It goes with a pad Thai as well.
Really, yeah.
So,
it goes well with a nice glass of Four Roses single barrel bourbon as well, just for the record.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, guys,
absolutely.
I appreciate you guys tuning in. For those of you that came on live, it's good to see some of the names on there. Some industry people, some customers, some other people like, again, Matt, from, asking about Maryland. We'll be happy to ship this anywhere. We're only doing about daily. But again, if you email or contact us, we'll get a hold of you within 24 hours and get it out as soon as we can, depending on when we are in the shop. We're rolling through this with the best we can, as well as everyone else out there. So I want to thank Josh Bentley for tuning in. He's sitting in the where you at, the grocery store parking lot?
Yeah, sitting in Fresh Market parking lot here.
Yeah, yep. just running errands, trying to do what you need to do for the family, which is awesome. And thank you for taking time out of your day. Guys, thank you for tuning in or checking this video out. And again, we hope to do this again. But right now, this is going to be a tough one to beat as far as putting together a sampler of some killer smoke. So again, it's 20% off. And for the Tasty Tuesday, I'm smoking Josh's go-to, the H. Upman Hispaniola by Jose Mendez, and it's fantastic smoke. Fantastic smoke. So Josh, thank you very much. Everyone else, thank you very much. Hope you guys can take advantage of this, and we will be in touch as soon as we can as far as any updates with the stay-at-home order as it gets either extended or if we can open up again for carry-out or curbside. But we are trying to play by the rules and play by the state order and make sure that we can still get cigars to you guys. So thank you very much. Happy Tasty Tuesday, everyone. Josh, happy Tasty Tuesday. Cheers, guys.
Happy Tasty Tuesday. Be well, guys. Stay safe.
You too.